right now and introduce our players. So, in the top left corner of the map, we're going to have from Red Bloods the green Zerg player. It's HaNfy. And the bottom right, it's going to be our blue Protoss from Against All Authority. It's going to be Psionic. Alright, cool. So, getting into the game, waiting to see what's going to be happening. And see what our players are going to be opening up with here on Coda. Pretty standard map. We've been seeing it a lot in pretty much every best of 3 usually nowadays. Coda, Terraform, and one of the 4-player maps is generally the kind of standard best of 3 setup. I guess we see a bit of Moonlight Madness now and then, and stuff like that. But for the most part, I think we just kind of see Coda pretty much every time. We definitely see Terraform a lot of the time as well. Alright, so how's everyone doing? I just put my Tiger hat back on. It's been behind me on my chair all day and I just remember it's really comfy. I figured this out last night when I was trying to be a tiger for whatever reason. And yeah, it's really comfy though. I really like it. But I feel silly putting it on because it's a tiger. I want a hat like this, which feels like this, but doesn't look like a tiger, so I could just wear it normally. That'd be really nice. I've got a panda hat somewhere. I really don't know where my panda hat's gone. It must be somewhere upstairs. But maybe that's for another day. It must be somewhere in my room. I really can't think where though. Kinda crazy. Kinda crazy that it's just disappeared like that. Alright, so first overload coming across here, we've got a spawn pool and a hatchery up on the way up for HaNfy. It's been a hatchery first here, and it's actually going to be a very quick nexus out of Psionic, but not super fast. I mean, this could have been a little bit faster. He made a gateway, he made his assimilator, then put the nexus down and started to mine the gas. Cybercore coming down as well. And, oh my god, no, there's a spider above me. Nope, 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 nope. No, okay, I need to do this really carefully because I need it to go away. Okay, I don't know where it's gone. Right, guys, we need to pause this game because I don't know where the spider... It was massive. Oh my god. Oh my god, now I think it's like creeping on my leg. Oh god, I don't like this. Oh, the other day we get attacked by moths, now we're being attacked by spiders. What is going on? Guys, as we are getting into this game, both players are getting up into their natural expansions, and nothing too crazy happening. Gas for HaNfy so you can get that Zerg speed up nice and quick, and a couple of Lings are chasing away a probe through the centre of the map. I'm just going to try and pick it off before he gets back home, but we're probably not going to actually see it get taken down here, so probe will continue to be chased, but I feel in a few more moments this is probably going to be the end. Ah! Oh, he actually might get it still, because he's actually going to chase up into the main base. And probe coming in to buy some more time. He blocks the Zerglin for just a couple of seconds, and it's probably going to be enough to recover the shields. And these Zerglins aren't going to be able to get it, but they get into the main base anyways, which is kind of nice and a little bit annoying. So he's not going to be able to deal with these for a little while, although they look as though they might just leave here very quickly. Alright, so these couple of Lings coming down to the low ground, then you're going to turn away now as well. And a couple of Lings are getting cleaned out there. Third base on the way for HaNfy. After that excitement of following the probe chase across the map, he's going to go into burrow as well behind this. Psionic just having on sentries, a couple more gates as well. Maybe getting set up to go for a little bit of a baguette style build here with just mass sentry. Definitely a possibility with early sentries being made and skipping that stalker. With a couple more gates on the way, you'll be able to start adding on a lot of sentries in the early mid-game sort of period and kind of go from there. This stalker continuing to come across the map, and we'll just be... he actually did make a stalker powers, I just didn't see it on the map, so stalker's just chasing down this Zerglin right now, going to look to finish this off. We actually have a mothership core on the third base as well right now, and he's just going to start working his way against this, and doing what he can against it, as this couple of drones coming out, and they're actually going to be targeted down here, and he's actually going to have to extract one of them if he misses it, so mothership core doing some good damage. There's a couple of queens on the way over to help out, and some lost mining time here. Stalker going to come in as well, just try and help out. And needs to be a little bit careful though. He's actually just going to chase after drones, it seems. And there's one drone on pretty low hit points there, and that's the one that's going to be targeted down. Again, could have maybe gotten in an extractor to save it, but unfortunately he wasn't quite able to. Forge on the way up then, back at home for Psionic. He has just been adding on sentries for now, and there's a couple more on the way in, so continue to build into this. Psionic just going to head back home right now. Got a Roach Run on the way up, an Evolution Chamber as well as a lair for HaNfy. And things looking pretty good for him. He's actually got this burrow upgrade as well, so he's actually not going to. He's actually going to deny this Nexus from being dropped for a little while here. And we're going to see this classic double pylon cannon gate wall off to add on to the Nexus as well. It's very, very standard. Protoss players actually make quite good architects, I guess. Well, maybe not architects, but they're quite good at structural planning. I don't know what it is. Town planning, maybe? I don't know how to call it. Second Rotron on the way up here, so HaNfy going to go for a double Rotron build, which is very common after kind of this burrow upgrade very early. The early burrow upgrade, I mean, it's something that you're going to need for your double Rotron build, and to get it early also allows you that extra bonus of delaying the third base, which is exactly what's happening right here. You can see this has been delayed for quite some time. He's had to wait for these pylons to build, and now the cannon to build, and he will finally be able to get rid of the Zergling and drop the third. Just a mothership core moving to the centre of the map. A Zergling going to burrow over there and keep itself safe on the watchtower. Won't be able to control the watchtower while it's burrowed, of course, but we'll just survive for a little while longer until at least an observer comes onto the map. But no robo facility just yet, so no sign of observers for quite some time, which of course could be quite troublesome if Psionic recognises the double Rotron build, but he only sees one Rotron. He doesn't see the second Rotron, and this is big. So Glavi Constitution, Tunneling Cores on the way up. These are the two upgrades which of course you get from the double Rotron. The idea is to hit very quickly with a lot of burrowed roaches. It's very timing based. It's designed to really do damage. If you don't do damage, you're quite far behind because you commit into roaches for so much longer than you usually would. You know, if you kind of say, if you compare it to a usual build from the Zerg of a single Rotron, generally at this point in the game, we'd see a Hydralist den on the way down. We see him go into Hydra upgrades and getting into Roach Hydra, maybe even dropping an Infestation Pit and thinking about a hive and a fourth base. This is going to be a delayed fourth from HaNfy. It's going to be 3 bases for quite some time. And look at this big load of sentries moving to the right hand side of the map here. Mothership core coming through to the center, and well, I mean, he won't really spot too much here. As I'm just going to try and delay the tower from being taken. And there's a bunch of these sentries moving out to the middle of the map. And this is actually a little bit dangerous here for Psionic. A few units being walked in back at home. But he's going to continue pushing forwards, but considering his army is mostly sentries, which are good for force fielding, considering the fact that these roaches can burrow under force fields, and you might be able to see the problem that Psionic might be about to have, as these first roaches are going to come up this ramp. He's going to take down his Zard very quickly and move into the natural nice burrow, just to make sure he's going to be able to get past the Zealots which are warped in to continue to help blocking here. Of course, no observer. Oh, sorry, there's a robot, so there's an observer on the way. The units in the main base are already starting to go down. Recalls had to be made by HaNfy to come back home with these sentries. And these roaches are going to continue towards this mineral line as the next wave of roaches coming through the center. And HaNfy looking great right now. He's going to grab a lot of sentries as they come down the ramp. He's actually only going to get one, but now they force field themselves away from the third base where there's only stalkers. And there's enough roaches to just move up this ramp and fight against this. Over here, we actually see some zealots coming in to try and help out against these roaches, which have been doing some damage. HaNfy continues to move towards maxed out. He's going to actually take this third base down, no problem at all. And he's actually going to have enough roaches to continue trading here as well. He's going to take down that cannon. He's going to fight against these stalkers. No blink just yet, no +2. So these stalkers can't do anything at all apart from just sit and fight. As some roaches come in, they're going to grab a couple of probes on the exit. And he's going to be able to turn around here, take down these pylons, take down these gateways. Roaches still in the main base, still being a nuisance because it's mostly only really sentries over here. 49 probes right now for Psionic, and he is looking like he is in a lot of trouble. Mass Roach continuing to pour in for HaNfy. Starts +2 back at home, and now an infestation pit as well, starting his transition out of this. But again, I mean, if he didn't do all of this damage, that transition out of this would be very, very late. So it's been so important that he's been able to do this damage. And I mean, at this point, he's actually done enough damage to just straight up end the game. But otherwise, you know, he would have to have done some damage to kind of slow his opponent down to justify having committed so much into this. Nice burrow once again, just pull a couple of these roaches back. Tries to get that cannon, but no real need to sacrifice more roaches to not really gain much at all. We're just going to pop up right here, and they're going to start fighting as these sentries, which are just so far forward. He's going to try and force field in a couple of moments, but I think burrow underneath, and he's just going to go forward. He's going to go forwards here, and you'll see what he can do. Some more force fields might pop up to try and help out. And, I mean, the roaches just keep on burrowing forwards. Like, hey, they're going to take a lot of free damage. Psionic's not going to let us see the roaches pop up. Now it's going to be GG. HaNfy staying in the game to actually kill off the rest of that Protoss army. Pop it up and going to take down. Look at this, HaNfy celebrating, taking down the rest of these units. He's happy with his victory here. Look at this, just continue to stay in the game and get rid of this Nexus. Pretty happy right now. Takes down the Nexus and leaves the game. I was just complaining, you know. That's quite funny because I was just about to say, he doesn't let us pop up and kill all the units, and HaNfy was thinking the same thing. Pops up, kills everything else for us. Alright, guys, when we're ready to get into game 2 of this BO3, we will, well, let me just make sure we're going to get that invite first. Just get that invite into game 2. So actually, a lot of the bets went on to Psionic. 62% of the Wardy points have been bet on Psionic in this bet. So he's the favourite in the chat. 62%, pretty reasonable. Actually, 9 of you guys betting this time around. Nice, the number is rising. Let's keep it rising, guys, and keep those points rolling in. Alright, so Go, Go, Go is called by both players. Psionic and HaNfy are going into game number 2 right now of this best of 3 Dash and Terminal. Again, I say this a lot about this map every time we go into it, really. That it's a map we actually don't see very much in many matchups. Because of the close by air positions, making Mothership cores very powerful, making drop play very powerful, and Reapers very powerful. But in PvZ, it actually turns out to be quite an okay sort of map. Players seem to quite like playing on it, at least. So let's go into this and see what we're going to be... We'll see what we're going to be seeing. See who's going to be advancing through. Is it going to be HaNfy, or is it going to be Psionic pulling this back to a game number 3? The 12 o'clock position of Dash and Terminal from Against All Authority. Let's hear it for the French Protoss player, Psionic. To the 3 o'clock position, we're going to have our Green Zerg from Red Bloods. Ladies, gentlemen, HaNfy. Overlord crossing the map here, and is going to start moving across, looking to see what it might be able to get up to. And just scout out what is going on very early in the game for the Protoss player. And that means that Psionic is going to probably not do anything. Well, he's actually going to open with a 10 gate here. So right from the very start of this game, it's going to be aggression from from Psionic, sorry. So he's going to be very aggressive this time around. With the 10 gate, it means he cyber cores a lot earlier. In PvT, you could generally suggest that this would maybe mean that we're probably going to see some kind of very fast Stargate or something, but yeah, in this regard, in PvZ, what do you really do from a 10 gate? Just chrono out a Zealot very quickly across the map, or a Stalker across the map. I guess you could try and do something with some kind of like Stargate play or something, I guess, but I'm not sure. He's sending his probe across the map to scout right now. So I'm going to start looking to see what's going on. It's going to be a hatchery first on the low ground for HaNfy. And over here on the right bottom side of Dash and Terminal. Another base, another map which is kind of very heavily affected by kind of entrances into your natural, the front, the back doors, and kind of the back passageway. Kind of the side rocks really, because this is the front, this is kind of the back, and this is kind of at the side. The third base over here as well is kind of weird because, I mean, the way you want to kind of defend this is just simply by standing outside of your natural. So it's actually kind of nice if you can get to it. But what we do sometimes see, we saw several the other day just deny the Protoss player from ever getting that third base for so long. And it was actually a little bit of a pain for his opponent then, I think it was Kugwa, to be able to get to it. This probably going to start harassing here a little bit. There's actually been a gas come up, follow this up from HaNfy, so it's actually been a hatch pool gas or hatch gas pool. They come up at pretty similar times, I think, because it's he's at 50 gas mine where the pool finishes, so yeah, it's about similar timing, so it doesn't really matter the exact order it came up in. It was very likely a straight one after each other. Next has been dropped here by Psionic, and a couple more assimilators being dropped as well. So yet to see what he really wants to do with this 10 gate. Maybe he just thinks that this is a good map for early pools, and so if he wants to open with a gateway, that 10 gate might have helped him out a little bit. Because he hasn't even, like, he's not even really made the Mothership core or anything. He's actually just made the Zealot. Okay, he did make a Zealot, sorry. So I'm being a little bit silly. He did make that Zealot early across the map with it, but not really anything to follow up with. So he's going to get a little bit surrounded here if he's not careful. He needs to control it as best he can, get as much damage done. But a lot of these Lings are being pulled back very nicely, and in fact doesn't kill a single Zergling despite 5 of them in total taking damage at some point. 1 hit on 3 of them, 2 hits on 2. So that could have been yeah, that could have been what, like 2 dead Zerglings. Instead it was none. Whereas I didn't get anything done at all. Okay, we're going to be placed at the front. And HaNfy Going to continue coming across the map with these few Zerglings. Actually going to sneak in towards the base here, and this gateway at the front is under fire, and it actually very well might go down. The Mothership Core is late here, remember, and without the Mothership Core, not much you can do. I think this pylon is probably going to go down as well. He's going to have to pull probes against this, so now he's either going to lose probes or he's going to lose the pylon. He's actually a smart move by HaNfy, who just pulls away and turns around with a few of the lings to kind of attack the units that are fighting him. As you see a gateway being popped up, and that's nice. He gets it up before the... well, he's about to have speed, so he might just be able to kind of flood his opponent here before this wall is finished completely. He's going to come forward here once again. It's going to be quite easy. Okay, there's Zerg getting the wall. But I mean, there's still not much DPS here. This pylon's on its way down. Sentry being made, but it's coming in the main base, so it'll take it a while to get here. And the second pylon also taking some major damage. A lot of pylons going to go down the front. There's a big commitment from HaNfy. He's only on 16 drones. And... oh, of course, the back rocks are something which, the back entrance is something which he's actually going to get turned away from right now. As he's going to come back in here and try and fight his way through this Zealot. Stalker going to try and get in position as well. He's just going to continue trying to take down pylons. There's the Zealot going to go down, but the pylon gets replaced once again. And now there's access to this gateway at the front. At least more and more lings on the way across the map. But the DPS is rising here for Psionic. He's getting more and more units out to be able to deal with this incoming aggression, but this pylon might go down. The force field gets used to the right, to the middle, and in fact now this pylon over here is probably going to fall though. Another pylon being made, the sentry being used to kind of block this, and these lings are still trying to get in. 20 more lings in production. He's going to have a thrown overcharge now though, as these Zerglings start to make their way in. Another sentry comes out, it force fields, and the pylon blocks once again here. It's actually going to get cancelled now. Some lings are going to get in, but too much DPS I think. And they're actually just going to get taken down very quickly. Only one Zergling. Oh, nope, not a single one makes it through. Alright, so very hectic few moments there as HaNfy. He's going to make 40 more lings. He's actually just going to run through here. He's going to go for the sentries. If he kills the sentries, that's going to be less force fields to deal with the follow-up waves. And there's a couple of ways into this base right now, so he's just kept making lings. And it's actually going to pay off for him. 2 sentries, a Stalker right now. And I'm surprised he's not going into the main, because if he goes into the main, he can get that gateway. There's a couple of sentries being walked in now. I think this should be the end of this for HaNfy, surely. Phone overcharge is going to expire in a moment or two, but we have 2 sentries up and now a completed wall as well. He's going to try and sneak in here. Ooh, a few lings make it through. One force field comes down again. There's not really much DPS. 2 sentries isn't that much, and this gateway's going to fall, so that's going to be another hole in Psionic's wall. And he's still just not catching a break at all here right now. These Zerglings continuing to hit the front and just going again and again and again. As this gateway here is going to get targeted down as well, but not for a couple of moments. I think maybe 2. I mean, the thing is, HaNfy still hasn't made another... oh, that force is going to allow that gateway to be taken down here very quickly, and that is still not quite going to be a way into the base, but HaNfy's still not giving up with this. He's still making Zerglings. He's going to start working away at pylon on the back now. A lot of sentries positioned at the front, but there's more and more force fields, and with 2 more gates coming up, the production will increase as well. For Psionic, oh my god, how has this happened? These Zerglings are going to come in, they're going to get us around on the sentries, and well, we're going to be able to do a little bit. Sentry forces them to the back as well. Psionic's still holding on to this well. He's still just relying though on not letting these lings into his base because he doesn't have that much army supply. That sentry's going to go down though. Oh, nice force field, perfect force field actually. But now he's losing his sentries, and because he's losing sentries, he can't keep up with all of the force fields he needs. He's using forces to keep sentries alive now instead of keeping Zerglings out, and that becomes a little bit of the issue here, as now the workers are finally going to start going down, and he's not going to be able to get a wall off here either. Zealot being warped in, realizing that sentries aren't going to be able to do the job anymore, and that's going to go down very quickly. Another phone overcharge, and this time I think HaNfy should maybe just go into the main base. I mean, I guess he's getting more and more lings across the map. He's targeting the gateway at the front here once again, as these Zerglings are falling, and he is just going to have to back out of this. The more lings on the way, so again, I don't think he can really afford to let these units continue to come up, and finally he's going to move in towards the main base here. Something I think he should have done really a long time ago against the phone overcharge, but he didn't. This is a second chance for Psionic to stabilize right now, because he's got a couple of sentries up at the front, but he needs to pay attention. It's going to be hard when there's these Zerglings always going to be kind of in the back as well. These sentries don't warp in time either. They don't warp in a position to block this off, and they're actually caught on the wrong side of this force field. One of them is going to have to use a force field to kind of save itself, and these 2 lings are taken down in the main base too. So HaNfy is still not looking great, considering he has stopped droning once again, and another wall off of pylons at the back door. But it's going to pull sentries towards the back, as Zerglings going to find themselves a probe. Zealot warped in though to help defend this. These Zerglings are trapped in here, so they have no option other than to fight against these pylons now. I think this has not worked out at all for HaNfy, as Psionic going to finally be able to stabilize. I mean, HaNfy had so many opportunities to kind of make this work here, but just never did. And I mean, he could have stopped. I think after that last attack, if he stopped and droned up, it might have worked out for him, but he got a little bit too greedy, a little bit too ahead of himself, kept making Zerglings. And now these things are going to come over here and Let's see what they can do, but it's going to be game. So, introduce our players. Get ready to go into this. The bottom right corner of the map from Red Bloods is going to be our green Zerg player. Won game 1 and kind of his roach timing, double roach roll and timing. And in game 2 kind of lost out to his kind of mass speed and play. It is HaNfy. And in the upper left, our blue cross player from Against All Authority, Psionic. The membership core apparently had 56 kills in that last game. I didn't actually, I didn't really look at the membership core, but it actually had 56 kills. That's a little bit insane. It's a good thing we've got the French casters in here to mention that. Spawn pool on the way up here for HaNfy as a spawn pool first. And we'll see what his follow-up is going to be, whether he's going to take that gas super fast. Probably not, probably just waiting to start up the hatchery. There's a probe coming along the top side of the map here. But not really too much to see. I'm just coming along the top side and just checking for the proxy hatchery. Really, I mean, it's such a common map to proxy hatch on, and in the first couple of days of the map pool, we saw that proxy hatch is kind of unbeatable in this map because if you get especially if you got the proxy hatch up, 2 spines, and there's nothing you can do. These rocks are going to go down. The Zerglings are going to flood in. You just cannot wall it off in time, and then your natural's dead and your main base is under fire as well. So it was a little bit tough initially. It's actually a lot of slow lings coming in from HaNfy. He's already got 6 on the map and with 4 more on the way. He's actually looking to do a lot of damage very early on here, but it's been identified very early by Psionic. He's already chrono boosting out Azal. He's going to get that in position. His probe is nearby. He's leaving it here just in case he needs to kind of buy himself a little bit more time, but that Zealot comes out now and he gets put on hold position as well. So the thing is though, these Zerglings, they don't have to fight against that Zealot here. They can just ooh, the Zealot actually moved away. They could actually just work against these rocks and slowly start to work them down as a way in towards the base, as he's just going to move forwards here once again. He's going to try and get the pylon. It's going to be a little bit of a micro war. A couple of tough moments here for Psionic. Not tough, but stressful couple of moments as he needs to keep this out in hold position, but of course doesn't want to lose his pylon either. The Zergling's going to get turned away, and our Siren X-Core is going to finish up here, and now a Stalker can be chrono boosted out. So a lot of early lings. I mean, that does slow down the drone count of HaNfy. Look at that, only 11 workers right now. And now he will start drilling. Has that hatchery on the way as well. So this wasn't great at all by HaNfy early on here. He didn't really achieve much. He kills us out, but that's far from a lot. I guess he is delaying at least the second pace of the Protoss player. But Psionic's probably not too bothered about that either. I mean, he wanted to get a couple of units out to make sure he was safe early on. And with a mothership core on the way, he could maybe move across the map with the Zealot Stalker mothership core. I mean, I know there's a lot of lings, but it's very likely that HaNfy is probably trying to drone behind this. So unless he's scared of kind of the same wall in again, but I don't know. I mean, it's not as good of a map to do it on with this kind of much tighter wall at the top. So I don't think that's really going to be the case here. And this pylon's going to reveal that these rocks are being taken down in the back. Mothership core is just going to push this away, so not enough confidence for Psionic to move out on the map here. HaNfy actually playing completely gasless, so expect a lot of queens early on. I expect maybe that very fast third base coming in as well. I say very fast, it's actually going to be a bit slow compared to usual. That's just because he made so many Zerglings early on in this game. So these things continue to move around here. Going to come back and try and deal with these back rocks again, but the mothership core's being left in position as we have these 2 gateways coming in to help just wall off in case these rocks do go down at some point. Now HaNfy starts to take his double gases, but hasn't really created the minerals to start with a third base just yet, so just sitting on 2 bases as this double gas comes in. I guess just not really feeling the need to rush into the in towards that third base just yet. But I mean, we expect to see at some point. I mean, 2 bases in from the Zerg player. I don't really think that's going to happen here. But we'll see. Maybe you can prove me wrong. So you actually see 4 gates in total here for Psionic, but just being safe really. 4 just going to come down behind the main base mineral line. And that's going to allow him to start. It opens up a couple of options, and the most obvious one going to be that +2 blink kind of mid game. That's what you're going to aim for here. You're going to go +1 for now. Got the Twilight Council halfway out in the Forge, and then the Robo Facility as well, and then start with +2 and Blink at the same time. Motion continues to move around here and will be turned away by this queen at the front. The Overlord in a pretty nice position here just to give that high ground vision, which can be a little bit of a nuisance, of course. So nice little Overlord position. Smart to leave an Overlord out here. He already has a couple of Overlords across the map. One's going to be positioned to go in towards the natural quite nicely, and the other towards the main base. And he's actually going to start moving around a little bit now. He's actually going to move along the very edge here just to try and stay hidden. And he should be able to get in and at least see the forge, which will tell HaNfy at least a few of the potential things which could be coming his way early on here. +1 starts, only 1 Rotron this time around, and no burrow upgrade either just yet. So no real surprises about that. As these things just gonna back off a little bit here. This result Sentry Force is moving out to the middle of the map though. It was for gateways very early on, and we only lose all of these Zerglings, so it's a little bit of a shame. Now we do have roaches on the way. That one Zergling, man. That one Zergling just sitting tight. He does have roaches on the way. But is it going to be enough? He does start a burrow as well, but that's not going to be a part of this fight. I mean, the thing is, in very low roach numbers, a good couple of force fields can really cut them in half, and things can change very, very quickly as Psionic moves forwards here and starts to do a little bit of damage. And nice force fields once again. Go up against a couple of these roaches, but I think HaNfy is probably going to get enough out here in the meantime. I mean, he tries to keep one of these roaches alive a little longer. The Zelda's starting to fall, but again, nice force fields. I mean, there's so many sentries though. And actually, now these roaches, they start to make their way through, and as they make their way through, they can target down the sentries, and more roaches on the way out. I mean, it's nice because it's stopping his opponent from droning up, but he does have to be careful because he has lost 2 sentries already, and with a bunch more roaches on the way out here, I don't think he should be able to get that third base. But HaNfy's a little bit unsure about moving down just now. He wants to wait for reinforcements, so I think the third base actually is going to go down. I feel as though HaNfy maybe could have bought, just gone forwards here with these 3 roaches and bought himself some more time at least against these sentries. As a couple of roaches pop out, they get taken down very, very quickly, and they'll continue to be targeted down here as well. Roaches just killing off these rocks to give him a little bit more of a, a little bit less of a choke point for his opponent to work with. As Motion Core moves forwards here, and this could be HaNfy's way back into this. Pop up behind. If these sentries move too far forwards, pop up behind the, pop up behind them. And he has to be... Oh, Psionic's going to have to be a little bit careful here. He's going to start moving forwards. This is the last position he wants to be in, because force fields aren't going to even help him here. And of course, he's got that get out of jail free card, which is the recall, which he uses immediately to just get out of that trouble. And he doesn't really lose too much at all in the end. The pylon gets taken down by HaNfy. This probe gets taken down to the top side. We're actually going to see a spire coming up here, a little bit hidden here. So HaNfy just looking for a bit of a trick to get back into this game. As a wall of cannons being added on by our Protoss player. So back at home, he's actually got Immortal in production as well, and this cannon's actually going to be up and ready in time. Sentry coming in, doesn't want to get these roaches cut in half, so just has to play it nice and safe for now. These roaches continue to get taken away. So Rock's continue to be taken down. I mean, Simon's just going to join in the party right now. He says, Rock's killing, cool, I want to be part of this. His third base very late here, because that was a very committed attack from him, but I mean, to have delayed the Zerg's third, pretty nice as well. HaNfy's stacking up that gas right now. His Spire halfway done. He wants to keep as much gas as possible at this point in time, because he's going to want to kind of... He's actually getting tunneling claws, which I'm not too sure about, because with tunneling claws coming into the game, I mean, he's wasting gas which could be used on the muta switch. I guess he might try and oh, look at this actually. No, this might catch Psionic so off guard, because there's actually nothing up here. HaNfy's just going to come straight up. There's nothing in position to defend the front door. Psionic's just going to have no vision of this at all either, and he's just going to lose this pylon. And he could even maybe lose his Cybernetics core if that's something HaNfy wanted to go after. And yeah, he's going to go for it. That means no more Stalkers, Warpins or anything. Just Zealots really. It's going to be left alive here. He's going to go after that first Immortal, which came in response. This has been really nice for HaNfy. He gets the Cyber Core, he can burrow out. And okay, I was criticising the Tunneling Claws movement, but this has been really nice. I mean, it wasn't really the Tunneling Claws that did the damage, but the Tunneling Claws does keep a few of these units alive here. And while he didn't get an Immortal, he gets the Cyber Core, he gets a couple of Pylons. And he keeps guessing as now mutas are on the way in. And his rush is just going to back off here for now. Some Zerglings as well coming in too. There's an Overlord going to get cleaned out to the south side. HaNfy must know about this third base, mustn't he? He must have some idea about it. He must know that at this point, 14.5 minutes in the game, that his opponent must be heading into a third base at least sometime soon. As again, this army for the prospect going to move through the center. Ling's Roach going to clean up a probe on the map, and that pylon which is trying to come down. Another pylon down here, something which HaNfy actually hasn't spotted just yet. And this is going to turn into a little bit of a base trade right now, and you can already see HaNfy is moving in for it. So these units across the map, they're not going to turn back around to deal with these Mutalisks which are about to come in, almost definitely not. And again, it's going to be a complete and total base trade right now. HaNfy, right, the Mutas are spotted. And now they have to go in and just do whatever they can. They're going to come in here. They're going to want to hunt down probes more than anything, you know. What's better to get a probe on next is probably the probes. And Ling's going to come in here as well. And yeah, okay. He actually forced the recall. I'm not too sure about this, although that being said, that all these roaches came over here. They didn't go towards the front door, which is where I thought they would be going. This is a very big commitment from HaNfy, and he has to get some damage done with these roaches. They need to find a way into the base before they get force fielded away, but the Zealot's on hold position, takes down a cannon or two. And at the same time, these mutas going in towards the main. And these roaches coming in here as well. What are they going to be able to take down? A couple more mutas coming in. The roaches turn around for a couple of moments. And what does he go for? Maybe just the probes is going to be able to latch onto that Immortal quite quickly. Psionic actually losing a lot of workers then overall here as Stalkers do blink forwards. They are about to have +2 as well. These roaches might still find a way out as they take down that pylon. And they actually will find a way out here. So Psionic takes a lot of damage and he recalls back home. He kills off the third base of his opponent, but HaNfy already got a base up here as well. And a few drones actually got sent a little bit too far further than they really needed to be to kind of deal with this. A Stalker over here going to get chased by just a couple of Mutalisks. And, well, Psionic can recover from this because he has 3 Nexuses up. And his opponent only on 3 base as well. But he is down by 17 workers right now. So the lack of those workers may come into play a little bit later on. But I don't think it's going to come into play like super immediately. As these mutas going to come back in once again, and again we're going to see our Pross player completely out of position, so he's going to take even more. Okay, he's actually got a ton of Stalkers over here. I don't think HaNfy was actually really expecting that, especially when he saw so much in the middle. And now HaNfy lost a few of his Stalkers there. He's lost some mutas in the center of the map, and he's up against an army. He can't really. Well, actually, there's not much anti-air here. Most of the anti-air is in sentries, which isn't the best, and a lot of the Stalkers get caught to the left-hand side. They blink away though, and in towards the Guardian shields. And as the rest of the Stalkers are going to try and come into this, the single Queen is doing a good job. He has this Nexus to the north side. Ling Muta are going to try and hit in up here, going to try and trade against these Stalkers. They just blink away though. And as the army continues across the map from Psionic, and if you can just cut off reinforcements here, things might very well look quite nice for him. As these Stalkers are going to get taken down. These mutas are going to come to, these mutas are going to get taken down because there's just too many Stalkers over here, and I think this is going to be the end of it for HaNfy. As these this Cross army cleans up absolutely everything else, and these mutas will indeed take the rest of the fall right now. Goodbye mutas, and goodbye HaNfy's chances in the qualifier. GG as Mass Hallucinate Colossus comes in.